Chair Hall, Vice Chair Ferguson, Ranking Member Humphrey, members of the committee, my name is Bill Scott, and I live in Dayton, House District 36. I'm going to streamline my comments in the interest of time because I know I would go more than 5 minutes, but I'll do my best. I start with a brief overview of what a convention of states is and what it is not. When the states gather for the first time under the authority of Article 5 as duty-bound agents of the states, it will be for the sole task of proposing amendments to the Constitution. This is very different than the purpose of the Constitutional Convention that organized our founding in 1787. The scope of that original 1787 convention was necessarily broad due to the many structural problems with the Articles of Confederation. Conversely, what's being proposed here in HJR 2 is a meeting of 50 state legislators, delegates rather, to debate and propose amendments in 3 limited topic areas under the authority of Clause 2 of Article 5. A limited amendment convention is not a constitutional convention. These are 2 very different things, and conflating these 2 things together is really a misnomer. They're 2 different animals. I'm not going to list them again. It's in my testimony what the 3 areas are. You've heard them about fiscal restraints, limiting power and scope of jurisdiction, and limiting office terms for the Congress and federal officials, which Dr. Ferris mentioned. How about any more Dr. Fauci's out there? I don't think we need those kind of folks with those 50-year careers in Washington. So why does COS advocate for 3 topic areas? I think we've touched on this a little bit, but why are we going to have 3 topics versus just 1? Well, imagine this. You're a homeowner with a major water leak, so you call a plumber to fix a serious leak issue. Does that plumber arrive at the job with just a pipe wrench? No. He'd also bring a toolbox filled with a variety of essential tools he needs to fix the water leak. Similarly, our federal government faces a structural problem in how it conducts its business and makes decisions. In medical terms, the federal government is in critical condition, and calling an Article 5 convention to focus on just 1 topic will not save a patient that is on life support. The government's structural problems without having the flexibility to debate multiple proposals just won't work. So the 3 topic areas listed in HJR 2 provide those tools that the delegates really need to be effective in their jobs. I mentioned a moment ago that the federal patient is on life support. And unfortunately, that's not really hyperbole. You guys all remember what happened this past Friday with Moodys downgrading the AAA rating for the first time ever in the history of the country. That happened on Friday. We no longer have a AAA credit rating for the United States government. They are now a AA1, first time ever. You couple this Moody's downgrade with what's happening globally to degrade the confidence in the American dollar, and it's obvious to U.S. citizens already concerned with the size of the federal debt that something has to change. Some sweeping changes are needed in Washington. In less than 2 months, the BRICS nations are meeting in Rio de Janeiro. These BRIC nations are understandably looking for alternatives to the US dollar for world trade and as a reserve currency. It's time for we the people, through our state legislatures, you, to stage an intervention. A convention of states is a great opportunity to restore confidence that America can responsibly manage its fiscal house and return to constitutional self-governance. The delegates will decide the specific topics, but I just want to mention 1 or 2 in the fiscal area since that is my background. How about an amendment with a balanced budget with limits on taxation? Congress could be required to submit a budget to the president by a specified date, say the first Monday in May. Unless a budget is signed into law by that day, and across the board reduction in expenditures could be mandatory. How about, this is one of my favorites, 1 subject, 1 bill. Limiting each congressional bill to a single topic would reduce spending immediately, as legislators could no longer bury special favors and pork spending in these multi-thousand page incomprehensible omnibus bills. That's really a sin to do that. It has to stop. We would allow voters to hold their legislators accountable with a single subject bill. It really is very important, I think. and I hope they tackle it at the convention. There are just a couple of examples of amendments. Of course, the delegates will make their own decisions on which of those 3 topic areas they will write proposed amendments. So in closing, I'd ask you to please support HJR 2 in helping to bring permanent fiscal responsibility to our federal government. Our country must have a stable and prosperous financial future, and for generations now and for generations to come. So don't let irrational fears promoted by naysayers sway you from doing the right thing. As Edward R. Murrow once said, we are not descended from fearful men. Thank you for